Hi! Wow, we got a lot of new people since the last video. Real quick, hi! Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing and I hope you stick around. We've got a few live streams to get into, so let's go.
And that's what I was gonna say. If you literally comment on my page, you're gonna get blocked. If you say I'm a horrible human being, I'm just gonna block you. I'll help you out. You don't know how to block yourself, I'll tell you how to block yourself. You don't need to be on my comment section. You're obsessed. If you don't like someone, just block them and move on. You don't have to watch everything I'm doing. Oh, I'm just hate watching. Hate watching people do not have a life. I said what I said. You don't like it, you can move. There's a door, you can kick rocks. Hate watching people do not have a life. Because if people that hate watch had a life, they wouldn't be hate watching someone.
Looks like Tophia found a new favorite angle of film, so get used to it. People have opinions. If you block out everyone who doesn't just have positive things to say about you, that's called being in an echo chamber. I don't think it's up to Tophia to decide who has a life or not. The people hate watching her are the only reason why she has a career or any relevance at all. I wouldn't say I hate watch Tophia personally. I don't think she's worth the energy it takes for me to hate someone. I'm more just fascinated. Someone who has lost everything, has nothing, refused to do anything to improve herself, and yet is still incredibly narcissistic. You're a spectacle. It's entertainment. You don't like it, you can move.
Come on, come on, come on. Because I can't say it.
It's kind of funny how she's wearing a Hooters shirt and keeps on shoving her boobs into the camera.
I saw a Jeep. I wore a Jeep. I'm gonna work towards getting me my Jeep. I saw the most beautiful Jeep I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Anyways, that's probably the love of my life is a Jeep.
What on earth could she possibly be referring to when she says, I'm going to work towards? We already know she's not getting any jobs. Is she manifesting it?
The love of my life is a Jeep. Okay? I said it. I'm just kidding. Well, not technically. I want a VW old school bus, which I'm still gonna get that. And I do want a DeLorean. And I want a... Oh, there was a car that I saw. What was it? It was a Dodge Challenger. A Dodge Challenger. That has been my dream car since high school.
I think you should work towards getting a house first, bro. Just say.
If I had to save my money, I could have had one right now.
That's what I keep saying. Listen, maybe she's talking about bills she had before she got kicked out of her house, but what about all that time you've been living in your car and in a homeless shelter? You didn't and don't have to pay bills now. I think I know where the money actually went, and it's not bills.
Oh, so the GoFundMe is still being processed. You know what's funny is that people want to lie. Someone tried to say that I scammed people out of thousands of dollars. So I called them out. Then they were like, oh, well, you're stealing stolen art, or you're selling stolen art. So you have enough confidence in me to even sit here and say that I sold $1,000 worth of stolen art? You have that much confidence in me to literally sit here and say that I sold $1,000 in merch. I haven't even sold anywhere close to that. I'm not even promoting my merch. For you to have that much confidence when I could just go to the page and show how much money I've made from selling merch, it is not a lot. It's hundreds. It's not thousands. And then like you will make up anything in the comment section. Like that person was like, oh, you stole thousands of dollars from people, and I was like, and then when I called them out, they were like, oh, you're selling stolen. Oh, so you want to resort to that? My username is my username that I came up with myself. I'm Tophia, okay? That is not stolen art. When people took my idea, when I said I wanted to put my name in the Mountain Dew logo because I drink a lot of Mountain Dew, that is not stealing, okay? So maybe worry about yourself, don't worry about me. The GoFundMe has not been processed. It is slowly being processed. they're going to get with the organizer and get back to me and give me the money. And once the money comes in, I am going to go with my uncle and my aunt to plan to bury my brother and pay the money. And then what are you going to say when my brother's buried and I actually do what I said I was going to do with the money? Mind you, the money is not only for my brother to be buried, it's for us to get a place and move. So maybe stop telling people I don't have right to access to money and stop lying. The money that I spend is the money that I get from TikTok and from YouTube and from Instagram and everywhere else. That's the money that I'm spending. So stop telling people who earned their money how to spend their money when you didn't earn the money, and you don't get to tell people who earned money how to spend it, especially because I worked for that money. I didn't sit around and do nothing. I have to post content every single day, and I still have to post content every single day and come up with content. Something that you want to complain about because you say it's not a job, but for some people it's a job. The very same people that are literally telling someone to get a job are using a TikTok meme. So what are we talking about here? You got a guy dressed up like Paul Revere or what is it? George Washington? I don't know what he's dressed up like, saying get a job. That guy is literally a TikTok meme. You defeat the purpose when you're telling someone social media is not a job while using social media memes. Like, you look dumb. You look dumb.
A few things. First of all, second, I usually agree that people's finances is none of my business, but you lost that privilege when people started donating money to you via GoFundMe. It doesn't matter if you say none of the money you spent was from the GoFundMe. You never showed proof of that being the case. We know now that none of the money ever went to Tophia, but still, at the time, she was never transparent about the donated funds. Plus, when you're talking about how much you hate living in a shelter and how much you just expect to be handed a house without any income whatsoever and have an elderly mother that you should be looking after, people are going to criticize you for spending money on stupid stuff like fast food and stuff from the TikTok shop. Social media is earning her money. That's how she can afford to go out and get her fast food and press-ons, but you can't expect people just to say nothing about your financial situation when it's all broadcast on live by you.
I'm just gonna make my money, enjoy my life with my friends, do social media, and no one's gonna stop me. You can't stop, you won't stop me. You're just mad, and haters always gonna be mad. Like, get a life. For certain people it's a job, but for certain people it's not.
And that would be a perfectly fine thing to say if you weren't currently living in a homeless shelter, which you have said in the past makes you want to off yourself.
Maybe that's what I want to do. Why does it bother you so much? I have 11 million people, almost 12 million people, and it's going up, viewing my Instagram page. And people are saying, oh, well, they're just doing it because they're almost 12 million people? I've never had that in my lifetime, okay? I have never seen numbers like that since I've been on social media. Yes, I have. 50 million views on one video on my main page on TikTok, right? It's already at 12 million people viewed my page on Instagram. Do you know how huge that is? 12 million people in the world. That's a lot of freaking people. Some of you guys need to get your money up and not your funny up, and stop worrying about how other people spend their money.
Okay, and what does any of this have to do with the people criticizing you for how you spend or make your money? You said yourself that profile views doesn't equal profit.
I literally posted in my story and I showed 9 million people viewed my page. Views does not equate to money. Sure as heck am not. The GoFundMe is taking a long time to process. Learn to read. If you can't read, then maybe you should take classes to learn to read, because it says for funeral costs, and it also says for moving expenses. Whatever is left is what we get. And you're mad because there was going to be money left, and you don't want me to get the money that's left. I'm gonna get a place with that money. Be haters all you want. You can hate all you want. Continue to drink that haterade, okay? Because my brother is dead, and the CIA need to look into your phone. Because why are you saying that you have proof of CP in your phone? If it was me and I knew someone was watching CP, there is no way in heck you would catch me with any of that in my phone. You're admitting to having children in your phone, saying, well, we have proof of you watching CP, it's in our phone. Is that an excuse for you to have CP in your phone? Let's be for real. That's just an excuse for you to do that. Stop throwing my name in something weird that you do. You will never catch me say, well, you know, I know someone's been watching CP. I have proof of it. It's in my phone. Like, huh? Okay. Okay, weird. It's very much an excuse for you to be doing that weird-ish. It ain't weird over here. You be weird. You be weird. And then you be talking about Asian teen this and that. Why do you have Asian teen corn in your phone? Why are you holding on to a screenshot that you claim that you have proof it's me watching it? Why is it still in your phone? Can we, you know, there's places to go for that.
People have that stuff handy because it's a serious allegation that we have to remember. And allegations that serious need evidence to back them up. Evidence is very important when making allegations of that nature. Tophia also says people should be going to the FBI to report her if they really think she's looking at illegal material. But here's the problem. Not all teen material is illegal, so it is possible there's no case here. Even if she didn't technically do anything illegal, it's still creepy and weird. She goes on another rant about pretty privilege and how people who are conventionally attractive get away with stalking because they're conventionally attractive, whereas those who aren't attractive wouldn't get away with that stuff. I understand the sentiment of what she's saying and may even agree with it, but the way she says it, it honestly just comes off as her being jealous of pretty people for being able to get away with things that she can't.
Why is it cute for attractive people to stalk people because you think it's not stalking, that it's cute, that they're into someone creepily like that? But when it comes to someone that is not conventionally attractive to you, it's creepy and it's stalkish, even though it's not being stalkerish. It's okay for attractive people to get away with stalking someone because you think that's cute, and that's not being a stalker, even though it clearly is. Attractive people get away with so much. Oh, it's cute, but then it's very creepy. But when an attractive person that is not stalking does something, oh, it's considered stalking. Oh, he's just being friendly. Or, oh, you don't know. Like, you're confusing being friendly with being too friendly. I know what being too friendly is and what being friendly is. Like, I'm not stupid. I may have not dated someone or been with someone, but I know what I know. I'm not stupid. You don't have to date someone to know the energy and to know what's going on. You don't have to date someone to know what that other person is kind of feeling or what you're feeling. Hello? People have feelings all the time. I'm a human being with feelings. You're a human being with feelings. We know how people feel. Common sense. Hey. Right? If you're in the moment and you're doing something and the other person's reciprocating and you both have those feelings going, you know, okay? I'm not dumb. Like, hello, who cares? Who cares if I didn't date that person? Who cares if they're not with me? Some people play people. Some people, you know, lead people on. Hey, that's a thing. Surprise. Just because someone is overly attracted. Like, I've seen couples that you wouldn't think would be together. Like, this girl was plus size, but she was dating, like, a gym rat. Someone who was very good looking. But compared to her, people didn't find her attractive because she was plus size. I'm tired of that narrative. Like, okay, so what if I date someone super attractive? Then what? Then what are you gonna say? Oh, they're just being friendly. Oh, they're just this, they're just that. Like, stop being jealous. All you have to do is be nice, and people will like you for who you are. You know, that's a good tip right there. If you are a nice, genuine person, people will like you.
I think we pinned down the reason why you're still single, girl. So before I move on, I wanted to dump some lore and relate it to what Tophia is saying. I have mentioned once before that I am currently in a transition state when it comes to my employment status. The truth is that I was laid off from my dream job about 2.5 years ago at this point. I went to college to study for it, had every intention of going into that field. The industry itself was doing fine at the time. I know that it wasn't like spectacular. And then we were faced with a complete meltdown of the industry that I chose to go into. It was very unprecedented. It wasn't something that I could have predicted, and neither could anyone around me. I ended up having to come back home and move in with my folks. They put up with me for about a year because I was still hoping that I could get back into the field I was laid off from. About after a year of living with them and just like failing and rejection after rejection and having to deal with all that, they decided to raise my rent to something I couldn't afford. Well, I was really pissed off, which is something in common with Tophia I can relate to, but what I didn't do is nothing, which is what she is doing, nothing. She did nothing when she was in her house, so she ended up in the car. She did nothing when she was in the car, so she ended up in the shelter. She was close to ending up in the streets because she did nothing in the shelter, and she is lucky that that didn't have to happen. So what I ended up doing, it was around Christmas at that time, so there were a lot of, I guess, retail jobs that were open. I applied like crazy. I was desperate to get my own income with what? Less than a month notice. I ended up getting an interview for a position at a department store that wasn't even in my town. I had to drive pretty far out to get there, but they were the first people to respond and accept my application. It was a minimum wage job that had a lot of intense physical labor that I had to get up very early in the morning to get to. The hours would start at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. But I did what I had to until I could get back on my feet. And listen, I know that my situation is not the same as hers. If I'm honest, her situation is a lot more dire. But I'm saying this to say, I have also been in situations where I feel like I have to do things in order to survive. I am very lucky that my situation has never gotten as dire as hers. But if I can feel like that in a situation far less dire, it is even more shocking to me that she does not make a single effort to get herself out of homelessness. She says she is. I don't believe her. Do you? I'm sorry if it was a little bit rambly, but hey, now you know a little more about me, and I hope it was relevant to, yeah.
I wanted to talk about something, because people be so funny. You know that post that I reposted of Freddy Cougar saying he got cracked or whatever? I posted it because it's Freddy Cougar. Like, why would I post something even telling anyone that I got cracked? If something like is personal to me, I'm not gonna tell the internet. That's like funny.
You and your family's most personal moments are archived on the internet for all to see. I just think it's kind of ironic she says this because her internet presence kind of relies on the nitty-gritty details of her life.
Nothing. If I was with someone, you wouldn't know. And I'm not with someone, but people are so cruel. They're like, who would touch you? You know? I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, never mind.
Okay. Tophia says she wouldn't tell anyone if she got into a relationship, but I don't think she'd be able to keep it a secret because she wants so badly to prove that she is desirable.
Are you single? Yes, I am single. I'm very much single. I'm a wife, but I'm single. I'm just kidding. Does anybody want a wife? Well, I know someone who wants a wife. Anyways, they probably watch my stuff, so.
So, I don't know if you guys have seen her stories lately, but she's in heat. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just kidding. am single, but I am a wife. How does that make sense? What am I? I'm just kidding. It'll be like one of those riddles. I am single, but I am a wife. What am I?
I think you're married to some kind of K-pop dude on character.ai or something. He's a K-pop mafia boss wife.
I don't have one. That's literally discriminatory. Like, okay, here's my question. Okay, let's say someone dressed nicely, right? Let's put this in perspective. Someone dressed very nicely. And, you know, they dressed very nicely, right? And they were on dating apps. And you match with someone and you're like, oh, they're nicely dressed. They have money. Oh, you want to see the nails? And they take you somewhere and they're like, oh, well, I can take you out. You know, let's say they have some money, not all. Would you, and you didn't know they were homeless, right? Until they tell you like, oh, I'm homeless, I'm in a shelter, whatever. But you liked the person, right? But you didn't know they were homeless. That's like discrimination. Because, well, you're saying, haha, who cares someone's situation if they're homeless, right? Wouldn't you want someone to come up with you? Like, wouldn't you want someone who wouldn't want you for your money? Like, let's say you were very successful and you had a lot of money, and someone was like, didn't have money, didn't come from money, but they wanted you for your money, you know? You would want someone to grow with you, right? To come up with you, to be like, we got this, you know?
I know homeless people face stigma, but when it comes to you, it's different. I don't think you're being criticized because you're at a homeless shelter, Tophia. You're being criticized because you didn't do anything to keep it from happening. You have a lot of opportunity to get yourself out of it if you worked hard. You have ended up at the shelter because after you lost the only person who provided for you and your elderly mother, you had nothing because you refused to work and sat around like a bum. And you getting new clothing and press-ons like you're putting effort into your appearance just makes it seem like your priorities are even more out of whack when it comes to money. You refuse to work, you refuse to save, you act like you never want to get out of that shelter.
You know, one of these days I'm gonna pop out with an older man and you're all gonna wish you never said that. Where's the sugar daddy at? I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding.
You keep thinking that. I'm not jealous. I'm jealous. I could have someone right now. What if I did? Why am I jealous? Like, my private life is private for a reason.
Okay. The entire stream she's been saying things like, oh, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that. Especially when it comes to people asking if she's single or if she has a boyfriend. It's kind of giving whether or not she's in a relationship, she thinks she is. Like, I don't know, maybe someone's catfishing her? I don't know. All I know is she's being suspicious as hell.
Why not get somebody then? Because I'm already a wife. I'm just kidding. I'm already a wife. Why would I need to get someone? I'm a wife already. I'm just joking. I don't cheat. And first of all, I said if I had someone, I don't have anybody. So why do you keep saying I'm pretending I have a boyfriend? I never said I had a boyfriend. If I was pretending, I would say, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend. His name is John Paul Walker III, okay? Or what is that guy's name? John Uppercrust III. Bradley Uppercrust III.
Excuse me?
I don't look paranoid, I'm just looking. That airplane is circling the sky. It has been circling for a while.
Planes have been flying over Tophia's head the entire stream, by the way. It's giving Wade and Vulture.
I need someone who wants to spoil somebody and buy me some clothes. I need someone who is like, you know, there's people that would be like, oh, I want to see you wear that. So then they buy it for someone.
Despite what she says, I do not doubt for a second that Tophia would put herself above getting a sugar daddy. Even though earlier in the stream she went on a high and mighty rant about how money doesn't matter to her and how you shouldn't get with people because of their money.
Thank you. That's my type. Someone who's alive and breathing. I'm just kidding.
I think this is the crash out that Hat was referring to in the thumbnail, and I heard things here and there about Tophia wishing not so good things on Smokey. I have to admit I haven't seen any of it yet, so I'll make this last 5 minutes a live reaction.
I need to go throw this away and make videos before my phone dies and go get a drink. Where did that comment go? Why am I posting so much on Insta now? I don't know, use your common sense. I wonder if I wonder if Smokey will kick the bucket. That's what I wonder. I wonder if Smokey will kick buckets. Do you think so? I said it. And what? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm so sick and tired of Smokey reporting on things because they got bills they gotta pay, they got a house.
I'm so sick and tired of Smokey exposing all of my bad choices. Yeah, you would be.
So they lie on people. Smokey and
he doesn't have to lie about you, girl. You put it all out there. Look at how confused the chat is. What?
he needs to kick a bucket. Okay. I'm not gonna be nice to people who literally shits on someone who lost their brother. I'm sorry, I cannot do it. If it was any other influencer that lost their brother and y'all respect
Tophia, don't do that.
them so much, you would be like, oh, why are you doing that to them? Like, leave them alone. That's so, they just lost their brother, but because it's me and you don't like me, you say, oh, that's totally fine. But everyone else can threaten me with cartel, they can threaten me with guns, they can
respect the loss, but not you, girl, because you're weird.
tell me to hurt myself. They could do all of this and then still get away with it. But if I matched energy with them and said the same thing to them because they said it to me first, you always nitpick me and what I say. If I told them something about their mother and you know, dig them up or something like I have in the past because they said about my relatives, y'all would have an issue with that. Oh, you don't like when people match energy. That bothers you.
I'm so lost.
I'm not a victim? How am I not a victim? You're not a victim. You have
never claimed to be. We never claimed to be, bitch. We never claimed to be.
a victim mentality complex. I don't. You're so mad that Aunt Karen won't talk about me. That's what bothers you. You can't use her precious platform to bully me because she told you she didn't want to talk about me and it bothers you.
You don't need a platform to quote unquote bully you. They're doing that in the chat. Girl, what are you talking about?
That's why. Because you want to use larger creators' platforms to bully someone. And you know that is 100% true. I just saw this video of this Zionist who literally reposted that like you don't even have a dog in this fight. You're a whole Zionist. Literally reposting that live stream from years ago talking about people in the comments are so mad that she won't talk about me. She's respectfully said she does not want to mention me. So why are you so mad at that? Let it go. The only person who's been checking up on me and asking me if I'm okay is her. You guys literally have caused people's mental health to spiral, and you wonder why young people are unaliving themselves because of the bullying they receive, and you don't care because, oh, well, we don't care at all. These poor little kids. This bullying on this app has to stop. This harassment has to stop. Making threats are going to be taken seriously. You make a threat to me, I'm just going to report it. And when police come knocking at your door, that's going to be on you. You know, I'm so sick and tired of being policed about what I can say, what I can't say. Having to be this, oh, well, you know what? Let me not say this to people. I'm so sick of it. And no, you shut your bitch ass up. Thank you. Tell me to shut up when you can't even handle the heat. I say one thing and my live stream gets reported for bullying and harassment. Oh, who am I bullying and harassing? Nobody. That's so crazy. I say one thing and
you just freaking death threatened Smokey MCC. That's harassment. That's bullying. Bro just reports on what you do and what you put out there. That's not harassment. That's not bullying. That's why his channel don't get reported. You get reported because you're sending death threats to people, man.
You whiny little bitches want to report for bullying and harassment. You can't handle the motherfucking heat that someone gives you. And when someone says something to you that you don't like, all of a sudden it's bullying. But it's not bullying when you dox me, when you follow me everywhere and then try to say, oh, we're not following you everywhere, but you document it in a freaking Reddit. And then you talk about my dead relatives. What if I said, go dig up your dead ass mother in the grave? Oh, you wouldn't like that now, would you? Yeah, you wouldn't. You need to go cough up her ashes because someone's smoking on her pack. Like, seriously, if I was to say stuff like that, oh, well, she did this to me, you know, she's bullying me. And shut up, you whiny little bitch. All you do is whine and complain all the freaking time.
Girl, are you looking in a mirror?
You're cry-ass baby bitches that can't even take what someone tells you because you do the same to them and expect them not to do it to you.
Oh my god.
Jesus, I gotta go. Have a good day or night where you guys are, and I will see you guys later. I ain't gonna let anybody take anything away from me, and not my life either. Anyways, have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later.
Not her like flipping off the camera and saying have a good day or night. See ya. Girl leaves. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, I think that's gonna be all for me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!